What's good, guys? Today's August 26th, and this is the breakdown on today's price action. So, going into the day today, we had some super clean draws on liquidity on both sides. If we jump on the higher time frame here, we'll go on the 4 hour and take a look at what price was doing. So, we were respecting bearish and bullish fair value gap. So as we can see, this move up here, we were respecting this bearish fair value gap right here. We were also playing inside of this bullish 4 hour gap, which we were respecting as well. So kind of a tricky situation when you're respecting fair value gaps on both sides. Obviously, you just got to stay super patient and let price develop. So we'll drop back to the lower time frames today and take a look at New York session open. So off open, we had this move to the upside, small little move to the upside. We took out some 1 hour highs right here from pre-market and then had a good reaction back to the downside. Reason why I didn't take shorts here is because we took out these internal lows before we inversed any fair value gaps. I believe we had a 2-minute. Yeah, so we did have a 2-minute, actually it did not get inversed, but it would have been invalid even if it did, because this candle came down and swept out these internal lows. Obviously it didn't even get inverse. We respected this gap, moved back higher, and then we'll go back to the 1-minute. We see after we respected that 2-minute gap, we move higher. We failed to take out these highs up here. So we failed to take out these highs up here, and then we get a move to the downside out of nowhere. So we do obviously resweep these, but we fail to take out these 1 hour highs right here, get a move to the downside. Now I would have been super interested in taking shorts here if we swept. So we got a fair value gap right here. If we took out this high right here, we would have also been delivering out of a bearish fair value gap. We did get good momentum back to the downside. And obviously we can see that this does play out, but it's not as high probability because we did not sweep out this buy side up here. And we would have also been delivering out of a fair value gap. That would have been awesome if we did do that, because I would have taken shorts there. And obviously this did end up playing out. And now we come down, we sweep out some 1 hour lows, and we get a good reaction back to the upside. Now I was looking once again to take a trade here and did not end up taking a trade for a couple reasons. So we had a 2-minute gap that I saw a lot of people entered on. Problem with this play is that you were longing straight into a bearish 3-minute fair value gap. So the odds that this plays out are super, super slim. Obviously today it played out. Anyone who took this, just consider yourself pretty lucky, because we could have very well respected this 3-minute gap. As we can see, your entry would have been right here, and you're basically longing straight into a bearish 3-minute gap that you don't know if price is going to respect or not, because price could have very well came up into this gap, respected it, and then just dumped back to the downside and you got stopped out. That did not happen today. So fortunately for all the people that did take longs there, you guys did not get stopped out, which is great. But just for future reference, you kind of want to make sure that the higher time frame gaps get inversed and that you're not longing into bearish gaps that have not been inversed yet. So this is a really good play here. So price comes down, we sweep out liquidity, really good reaction back to the upside, obviously, super, super clean momentum. Issue I had with this is the risk to reward. So obviously stop loss would be slightly below the inverse, and the target here would have been those 1 hour highs that price failed to take out, because those were also inside of a bearish fair value gap. So we'll jump into the 15 and we can see that these were the highs, 1 hour highs, and we're inside of a bearish gap. So I'm not going to target anything higher because there's a high chance that price could come up into this bearish gap, respect it, and move lower. So that would have been the target, and as we can see, this was a negative risk to reward play. So if I can find it here, so this would have been like a 1 to 0.7 or 0.8 risk to reward, depending on where you put your stop. It would not have even been a 1-to-1. So for me, just invalid. Obviously, I'm not going to take a play that's less than a 1-to-1. It just logically does not make sense. So skipped out on that, and obviously This trade, it did end up going to the 1 hour highs, but as you can see, if you did take longs there after we swept that 1 hour high, if you were targeting a 1-to-1, your TP probably would have been up in this area somewhere up here, and we did wick down. You probably would have got stopped out at break even, and then we ended up moving up higher. But just not smart to take a play that's less than a 1-to-1 risk to reward. Everything that I take, I try to keep it at least obviously a 1-to-1 or more. It just makes sense. Logically makes sense. If you want to be profitable, you just don't want to be taking less than 1-to-1 plays. So yeah, that was pretty much it for today. Some consolidation through here, and then we got a little bit more movement to the upside throughout the afternoon session here. So not much for the AM. Obviously a couple opportunities, but they were not A+, so I didn't take them. 3 more trading days this week, and I'll be back on here tomorrow with another recap. Peace.